This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
While the investigation being held up by the Department of Justice, being undergone by the Department of Justice, looking into the insurrection, is happening a little slow for my pace, a little slow for my timing, a little slow for the amount of time that Merrick Garland has in office remaining. It is happening. And I have no choice because I have no power in the matter. I have no say in the matter. I have no choice but to encourage them. Unhappy as I may be with what they've done with their time so far. But things are moving at a glacial pace, but they are moving. But that glacial pace is starting to speed up. Pat Cipollone, White House General Counsel, a man who has testified multiple times before the January 6th Select Committee. We've seen his testimony. We've witnessed his under oath testimony, claiming, stating clearly that there was no fraud in the election, that it was won fair and square by Joe Biden and the counsel that he has given Donald Trump along the way. He was in it and in meetings, so much so that there is testimony that we've witnessed where he's like, I can't talk about that. That is covered by executive privilege. He's a by the books kind of guy, it seems. He is now being asked, being subpoenaed by the grand jury, not Congress, by a federal grand jury with subpoena and indictment power to talk about what he knows. Now, there's two facets to the investigation. One is the insurrection, January 6th. One is the fake elector scheme. And the reason it is important, the reason that you should want to know about this particular facet of the investigation federally is the fact of who he is. He's not going to know about Stuart Rhodes, the Oath Keeper Ding Dong who has been charged with seditious conspiracy. He's not going to know about the Proud Boy clown show and Enrique Tarrio and his seditious conspiracy charges. He's not going to know about that. What will he know? What was he privy to? He's privy to the operations within the White House. He's privy to what went on in the Oval Office. And the fact that he is being brought before a federal grand jury to testify, to answer questions under oath, means that they're asking questions about what went on in the Oval Office, in the West Wing of the White House. This is the highest ranking individual so far to be polled before this grand jury. It's a big deal. It gives you an idea of how high they are going in their investigation. Who's being implicated? It's a big deal. I'm going to read from this Business Insider article. Trump White House counsel, Pat Cipollone, subpoenaed by federal grand jury, reports say, as DOJ investigation heats up. A federal grand jury issued a subpoena to Pat Cipollone, the White House counsel to President Donald Trump, according to multiple reports. The move came as the Department of Justice stepped up its investigation into efforts to subvert the 2020 election. The subpoena was first reported by ABC News and later confirmed by outlets including the New York Times and CNN. The Times said it was not clear which of two concurrent federal investigations the subpoena could belong to. Investigators, again, they're repeating what I just told you, investigators are looking at both the January 6th riot at the United States Capitol and a related but distinct plot by Trump supporters. Let's save ourselves the mushy language here. A distinct plot by Trump and his supporters to install fake electors to overturn his loss in the 2020 election. A source told CNN that Cipollone and his attorneys were in discussion about whether to comply. Now, let's be clear here. If we're gambling people, I'm a gambling man. My bet is going to be, I give 10 to 1 odds he's going to comply. This isn't Congress. You don't goof around with some Democrats who may or may not hold you in contempt and may wait weeks to do so. This is the United States Department of Justice. There are real legal consequences. You don't get to not comply. They can determine and hash out what is executive privilege and what is not. But this is grabbing a hold of a hot wire out in the field if you decide not to comply. Insider contacted Cipollone for comment on reports. Cipollone was with Trump and Mark Meadows, the chief of staff, in the West Wing on January 6, 2021, as the riot unfolded. He knows where the proverbial bodies are buried. Cipollone has testified already on events that day to the Congressional Committee investigating the riot, a process which is again separate to either of the DOJ probes. The committee played clips of Cipollone's testimony in its live hearings in which he said he believed Trump lost the 2020 election and that he had wanted Trump to do more to stop the violence at the Capitol. Whichever of the investigations it belongs to, a Cipollone subpoena is a sign that investigators are reaching new ground by touching on members of Trump's inner circle at the time of the riot. I will also add this, that Cipollone is not Donald Trump's personal attorney. He was White House counsel. He represents the presidency of the United States of America. His duty is to the presidency. His loyalty is to the presidency, not to the office holder. If he's doing his job right, he doesn't have fealty to Donald Trump, the person. He has loyalty to protect the presidency of the United States of America, the office that serves all of us, not the office that rules all of us, the office that serves at our behest. I think he will do the right thing. That is my prediction. What do you think? You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. We can talk about it in the comments. Also, we can also talk about it on social media. You can follow me at Dollemore on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. Again, at Dollemore. And if I bring you value, if I'm your flavor of political commentator, if there's somebody else out there that you like more, that you favor more, that does more for you, brings you more value, support that person. There's plenty of people out there in this space who need the support. But if I am that fella, please consider supporting my work. Please consider supporting my work. I would appreciate it very much. You can click the join button below this video, become a channel member, or you can click on over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Things are happening. Progress is being made. Ground is being covered in these investigations. If you're like me and you're frustrated that it's not happening quick enough, you're going to just get to live with that frustration, as I am. But know that something is being done and the right things are being looked into. We may not agree with the method or the timing, but I think we will agree with, if they get to it in time, the outcome. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.